For today's class, we're going to be making these cute little gift card holders that you can design. These are things that I pre-bought at a craft store, but then I'm going to sponge color onto them to give them some embellishment. So what I did is I used the Stampin' Up templates, and they come with the form and then the outline, so you can use both parts, but today we're just going to use the outline one. And what I did, it's very simple, is I take my box, my pillow box, and I'm going to stamp on this side because the way that the pillow box is open, when you fold them up, ultimately you're going to have this little hole here, and that's meant to be on the inside, so you can easily put your finger in and pull it out. So I'm going to start with the front of my pillow box, and I'm going to lay my template down, and I'm going to just really decide where I want it to go. And I think for this one I just want it to be about halfway up. And a trick that I found for if you're afraid that the template's going to move around as you're sponging is to take a little bit of your dado and put it directly on the template. You don't need much, and then you flip it over and you tack it down, and now it's not going to fall off of your project as you're trying to sponge it. So tack it down. I'm using the Early Espresso ink from Stampin' Up, and I'm just going to take my sponge, and you'll notice that what I've done is I've taken the Stampin' Up sponges, which is normally round, and I've cut them into fourths. That way I get multiple uses out of each sponge, and I save money doing it too. Okay, so I ink up my sponge and I just press down. You don't want to rub it, but just press down as much as you want for the desired coloring. Now you can also use sponge daubers for this. If you want, you can use markers with it. But for the effect that I wanted something that wasn't so completely covered. I wanted there to be a little bit of stippling effect. So I'm just covering the area until it reaches the saturation point that I want. Trying to make the color as even as possible along the entire outline of the template sheet. Okay, so now that I have that done and it is to the effect that I want, I'm going to peel this off. And the nice thing about these being plastic is that they wipe off very easily with baby wipes and Kleenex or a paper towel. Just get them wet and it comes right off. Then I'm also going to remove the dado from this side so it doesn't stay and leave a permanent adhesive, because I might not always want it on the back. The nice thing about the dado is that it does rub off. And then if there's any left on your project, just rub that off as well. Okay, so I have my project done, and I've cut a length of Marina Mist taffeta ribbon from Stampin' Up. I've already assembled the bow, because now what I do is I just bend my pillow box a little bit, move this around until I want it to the height that I want. Then I bend the pillow box up and fold in the edges. Ooh. And there's the project. So very easy, and you can do as much of the stenciling as you want or not. I use this multiple times on all of the corners just for a different effect. And this one I use that same template, but I only did it over in the corner. So it's really up to you how you want to design your project. But that's all it takes is a little sponging and some ink. You're good to go. Good luck and enjoy your projects.